going to begin with Tesla because it appears that its year is getting worse, with its share price continuing to slide today, down another 4%. Its value has dropped by more than 40% since January, and European sales have plummeted while it's facing increased competition from China in particular. The main reason for the slump appears to be its boss. Elon Musk's move into the world of politics seems to have triggered a backlash against his cause. Let's speak to Ross Gerber, who is president and chief executive of his own investment and management fund and is also a long-term Tesla investor. Very good afternoon to you. I suppose my first question is this a crisis for Tesla?
Oh, it absolutely is. I mean, they have the best vehicles, electric vehicles out there. It is a fundamentally important company in dealing with climate change. The battery systems and the charging systems that they've built are top in class. And here the company's reputation is just being destroyed by Elon Musk. And sales are plummeting. So yeah, it's a crisis. You literally can't sell the best product in the marketplace because the CEO is so divisive.
Is it simply down to him, though? I mean, many people will also point to the fact that the car is not quite as innovative as it once was. Are there different factors at play here as well?
That's not true. I drive a Cybertruck, and this car is so far and beyond any other truck that's ever been invented. You know, every Tesla element of Tesla, and granted, in the last year it's been neglected, but it has so much potential. It makes other cars look like, you know, Legos. So the issue is not the car. There's a lot more competition, for sure. And people are choosing the competition because of this. But by far, Tesla makes one of the best vehicles on Earth, and if not the best vehicles on Earth.
And I noticed that you have sold quite a lot of shares over the last year. This was even before he joined the government. Why was that? I.e., could you see this coming? And are you planning to sell more?
Well, you know, I'm one of the few people who've been involved with Tesla for over a decade now as an investor and as a user of the vehicles. And I consider myself somebody who knows the most about Tesla, one of the most, you know, knowledgeable people about the company. And one of the things that I'm sure of is when you're in the car selling business or the battery storage business, the way people view your brand is really, really crucial to the purchasing part of the purchasing process that humans use. We really identify with the cars we drive, especially in the United States. And so, you know, when your brand gets tarnished like this, it's real bad. So when Elon bought Twitter, which goes back to 22, that's when we actually became concerned. And that's when the stock actually topped, was in November of 2021. And so when he bought Twitter in early 22, that's when we really became concerned because of his lack of focus, and tweeting, all this kind of garbage just really picked up in that period of time. So I had no idea at the time it would go this far. So this is worse than anybody could imagine, right?
Well, he's got X, he's got SpaceX, he's got Tesla, he's got his government job now as well. Is he simply trying to do too much? What's your advice to Elon Musk today?
Well, I think we all make choices with our time, and Elon doesn't get more than 24 hours a day just because he's Elon. So we make choices. All of us do. Do we spend time with our family? Do we go golfing? Do we work? And how we do this is, you know, each individual chooses. And so Elon chooses to work, you know, all the time, but you can only work so many hours a day. So it's 24, right? And he sleeps. So there's no question he's been committed to his job at the government. That's where he's spending his time. He is not running Tesla. And, you know, that's why I'm going to say it. I think Tesla needs a new CEO. And I decided today I was going to start saying it. And so this is the first show that I'm saying it on. It's time for somebody to run Tesla. The business has been neglected for too long. There's too many important things Tesla is doing. So either Elon should come back to Tesla and be the CEO of Tesla and give up his other jobs, or he should focus on the government and keep doing what he's doing, but find a suitable CEO for Tesla.
So you are saying essentially if he's not prepared to quit that government job, he needs to go?
Yeah, I think it's time.
Is there a personal animosity here? Some people might wonder whether there's a personal angst axe to grind from your point of view?
No, in fact, I would argue the opposite. I'm extremely grateful for Elon. He's made me extremely wealthy, and my firm has grown tremendously because of our investment in Tesla being so successful. It's probably one of the most successful trades of all time. We made over 100 times our money. And, so what am I going to do? What it makes me sad is I care about climate change. I live in the Palisades, and I recently almost lost my house, and I live about a block or two from the disaster area, just on the way into work. I have to drive by it now every day. And I'm one of the only people living in the Palisades right now. And when you see climate change as close as I have right in my face, there's no thing more important for people to understand that we need to fight climate change, or we will all suffer greatly from its effects. And Tesla is an important company for this.
And just very, very finally, Ross, on this, effectively, if he doesn't change direction like you would like him to see, how toxic is this now? Effectively, how bad could it get? How low could the share price go, do you reckon?
Well, we use fundamental analysis in stocks, so you can compare the valuation to a stock like NVIDIA, which trades at 40 times earnings, and Tesla's expected earnings this year are $3, and that might even be in jeopardy. So that 40 times $3 is 120. So, the downside risk for Tesla is still substantial if it gets valued like all the other great tech companies in America. So the fact that Tesla has 2 times the value of even the greatest companies in America is still confounding to me with the turn that Elon's taken.
Okay, Ross, really appreciate your time this afternoon, live there from Santa Monica at Ross Gerber. Thank you very much indeed.